Welcome to Ellen's Tips for iOS. I'm often asked if it's possible to replace your computer with an iPad. My standard answer is, it depends. There are no USB ports or SD card slots, although the newest iPads, you can add them with an accessory. So what kind of tasks do you perform on your iPad? If it's things like exploring the web, checking email, finding what friends and family are doing on Facebook, maybe you balance your checkbook, write a letter, or paper for class. All of these things are easily achievable on an iPad. You just need the right devices and apps. Apple has plenty of these to help you out. Most people don't need to purchase the top-of-the-line iPad Pro. Apple recently introduced a new iPad Air, which is the bomb. And if that's out of reach for you, the new iPad is just fine. You can even use an Apple Pencil if you like. So what do you need to do? The first thing you need to do is get a real keyboard and mouse. All of the iPads come with a Bluetooth connection, which makes it really easy to connect a Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse to your iPad. If you already have the Apple full-size smart keyboard, then you just need to add a mouse. If that was too expensive for you, and I can totally understand if it is, then I'm going to put a link into the video description that will search Amazon for you so that you can find a Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse that's in your price range and appropriate for you. Now that we've purchased our Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, let me show you how to connect them. You're going to want to go into your settings app. So you're going to find your settings app on your iPad. And since I don't have a mouse connected to my iPad, you're not going to see the little green circle. So I'm just going to tap on the settings app, which is the gray icon in my dock down at the bottom that looks like a cogwheel. I'm going to tap on that to open it. And now I'm into the main settings page. And I am going to tap on Bluetooth. And as you can see, mine is already highlighted. My devices that are connected right now are an Apple Pencil and my AirPods. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on my keyboard. And when I do, it should appear down below as a device that will connect. And there it is, Ellen's Magic Keyboard. And as soon as I touch on it, it's going to connect. And so now my Magic Keyboard is connected to the iPad. Now let me show you how to connect your mouse. So I've turned on the mouse, and there may be a button on the mouse that you have to touch to make it discoverable. But if not, once you turn it on, it should be discoverable. I'm going to push on my button that I have, and it's going to make the mouse discoverable. And there it is, appearing below where it says Other Devices. I just purchased a really cheap BM30X mouse. I think it was like $20. I'm going to tap on that. And when I do, it is now connected to my iPad. And you can tell because now I have the little green circle. So now that we have our keyboard and our mouse connected to our iPad, let me show you how to manage their settings. So we're in the Bluetooth section. So I am going to come down in the left-hand menu and tap on General. And then I'm going to come over into the General menu and I'm going to find the keyboard. Here are the settings that you can adjust, basically personal preference, that you can change to set up the keyboard how you would like it to behave. There's a little more involvement in the mouse, so let me show you that. I'm going to tap on General to take us back a menu, and I'm going to tap on Trackpad and Mouse. At the very top, you have tracking speed, which is at the speed at which the little circle moves. If you take it to the right, it's crazy. If you move your mouse just a little bit, it just shoots across the screen. If I take it all the way down to the left, no matter how fast I move my mouse, it moves very, very slowly. So I like to adjust it so that it's kind of in the center of the screen, and then the mouse moves, very smoothly. I have natural scrolling turned on, And that's just when you use your finger to swipe with the iPad, basically, if you move your finger up on the screen, it brings the page down. And if you pull your finger down on the screen, it moves you to the top of the page. I also have the click set up so that the right click is a secondary click on the mouse. So you have two buttons on the mouse. The left one lets you open an app, and the right click allows you to open a menu in that app or on that app. Let me show you. If I come back to the main screen and I right click on an app, you'll see that a menu appears. If I click on that app, it's just going to open it. So now let's come back into settings. And now we're going to come down to accessibility, because that's really where the main function of your pointer is. And once I come here, I'm going to come to pointer control. And here you can increase the contrast of your mouse, so you'll see the inner circle is much darker, which I don't really particularly like, so I'll turn that off. And you can automatically hide the pointer. So like once you stop moving, the pointer will go away. You won't see the pointer. I just leave mine off. And here you can change the color and the border width of the color. So if I take it all the way down, you'll see the border width of the green color gets much smaller. I leave mine up. And then here you can change the color of the mouse. I'm going to tap back on pointer control. And here you can change the size of the pointer. You can make that pointer really big if you need to, or take it down really tiny if you want. I kind of like mine maybe a quarter of the way up, maybe even a little more than that, just to make it a little bigger. I also have pointer animations turned on, and let me show you that. As soon as I highlight, or my mouse button goes over an app, you'll see that app kind of jump and get a little bit bigger. That's what the animation does. Now let me go back into settings, and then the last thing you have here is scrolling speed. And that's just basically, if you have a button, a wheel on your mouse, if you adjust this scrolling speed, it adjusts the speed at which the mouse, the roller button on the mouse, adjusts your page up and down. I just, again, leave mine, closer to the bottom, or closer to the lower end, the slower speed. And that's it. Those are the settings. So, now you're ready to go with your keyboard and your mouse. You may be wondering if there are apps in the iPad store or the App Store that can replace the programs you use on your computer, and there are. Apple offers many apps that can replace these programs. Like if you use Microsoft Office, it's available in the App Store. If you need to do some photo editing, there are many apps available for photo editing. Photoshop is on the App Store. Lightroom is on the App Store, and many others. And if you use Pages or Keynote or Numbers, which are Apple's programs that are similar to Microsoft Office, they're available for your iPad as well. The last thing I'll recommend is that you get a stand. If you're not using it in like a keyboard case or a case that allows it to stand up, buy a stand. I'll put another link in the video description that will lead you to Amazon and show you a bunch of different stands. This could be a game changer for you. You'll be able to use your device in either portrait or landscape mode, and it will help keep you from being hunched over and looking down at your device. So get a stand. There may be many reasons why you may be unable to go iPad only, but for most people who aren't using their iPad for hardcore computer work, it's pretty easy. Anytime I travel or want to do work outside my home, I often just grab my iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard and head out the door. If you have any questions, please share them in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.